Can you just tell us just the setup to the guillotine and locking it on? Did you know immediately he wasn't going to be escaping?
Yeah, so jiu-jitsu, I'm a black belt in jiu-jitsu. Jiu-jitsu is my background. So, but I haven't been training with my striking skills. I haven't been training my strike. So my strike skills is getting better every fight. But I train jiu-jitsu, wrestling very much, and I started jiu-jitsu. It was my first mixed martial arts. I started back in 2005, 2006 in Brazil. And for me, always a pleasure to have the opportunity to finish my opponents out. And tonight wasn't nothing different. It was the same thing. I didn't expect that fast. I thought I'm gonna be more struggle to defend his takedowns. He's like all-American wrestler from Oklahoma State. He's like pretty good wrestler actually. And I thought the fight is gonna be like I thought I'm gonna have a little bit more like problems to defend his takedowns and try to put more of my strikings because his strike is not like I was fighting his fighting previews and I didn't see like a big deal with his striking, but I saw like, his wrestling was pretty good. And then all of a sudden he went to my legs, I sprawled, so I got the perfect moment to the guillotine, and I went to the guillotine, and that's one of those chokes that I have been doing a lot in training, tournaments as well, and I'm very happy to finish the fight that way.
Pedro, Dave from the Hammer MMA. So Gerard tried to slam his way out of the guillotine. It didn't work out for him. How should he have tried to defend that move from you?
Putting pressure. He's supposed to do the opposite thing that he did. The guillotine was super tight, and he spent a lot of energy to try to lift me up. And then when he slammed me, he was like pretty bad because I heard no noise coming out of his mouth, and I thought the fight was finished, was done.
Pedro, were you surprised that it was that easy for you? I mean, your game is leg kicks and guillotines. You were able to leg kick him immediately. He shot. You got the guillotine immediately. I mean, that's your bread and butter. That's what you're great at. Were you surprised that you basically hit all your moves in a couple of seconds?
I was surprised. The leg kick is one of those techniques that I like to do. I have been doing like in a while. And the guillotine choke as well, so it was perfect because less than 1 minute, I hit him with the low kick and then I felt he was kind of comfortable a little bit with his legs. I noticed that he was like had a problem to walk, and when he shot, I went to the guillotine and I felt like right away I was like super tight, so happy.
Talk about your style in relation to your nickname too. You know, you're the young Punisher. Your game, like people think counter fighters are slow or conservative. You go out, work jabs, leg kicks, and then try to work behind that. Talk a bit about your style and your ability to break guys down, because you have big offensive weapons, but you really take your time, let guys come to you, which just happened very quick tonight.
Yeah, I'm considered like an MMA fighter, a complete MMA fighter. You know, I love jiu-jitsu, I love wrestling, I love boxing, I love Muay Thai. So if I could, I was competing in all of the discipline. But I have been training, you know, with a good coach. Jiu-jitsu is my background. In LA, I have been training with Rafael Cordeiro.
And you're training too, because Black House MMA now has more trainers. Daniel Warren has been brought on full time as a striking coach, obviously famous for his work with Anderson Silva, Dan Henderson, Tarek Safadine, and others. And Black House has also kind of opened its doors up, bringing more pro fighters in. It used to kind of be a gym that Brazilians went to get ready for fights in America. Now it's more like a team. Talk about that development.
Yeah, Black House, I'm like very happy to be a part of this team. And you know, Ed Suarez is the owner, my manager as well. And he always tried to bring the best athlete and coach for us. Now we have our new Muay Thai coach, Daniel Vohan, and he's gonna be the corner of Tarek Safadine. And Tarek, he has been training with us in the last five months, and actually super excited to watch the fight. And then Black House is a gym in Los Angeles, California. Is growing a lot right now. It's growing a lot. We have a lot of wrestlers. We have a lot of jiu-jitsu guys. We had a lot of good striking guys, and MMA fighters as well. So, and we train there every day, 2-3 times a day. And we have Anderson Silva as well, that he's ready to fight. So I don't know what's gonna happen with the next fight, but we have a little Machida as well, and Rafael dos Anjos, and a bunch of good fighters.
Now that you,
Pedro, after your victory, you jumped up on the cage and the crowd reacted very strongly. They went wild for you. Were you surprised at how strongly the crowd reacted to a non-Canadian fighter? Is this your first time in Canada?
Yeah, I love this crowd. I had the opportunity to fight in my hometown in Brazil 3 months ago, And this ground right here surprised me. It was like even better. And I come in the country of a soccer is a part of our culture, so the crowd is really loud. And this crowd right here tonight was like impressing me. I didn't expect that one. And when I was walking the cage, that completely just put a fire in my body. And then everything was there, was automatic. I didn't think nothing. I just was happy to be right here in Nova Scotia. It was my first time in Canada. And I'm looking forward to stay here like 2-3 more days to cruise around.
Now that you're 3 fights deep in the UFC at this point, what do you really take from the Sun Sao fight, taking it on short notice, fought him close? Do you think that it's realistic that it might not be that far before you are in a lot of really meaningful fights at 135 pounds right now, and just the fact that you were able to take that fight and where Sun Sao is right now?
Yeah, I'm a professional. I'm a fighter. I was fighting for RFA before, and then I got a call in 8 days' notice, and I was ready. I'm ready. I train every day, and I was ready. I wasn't hurt at all. And when they told me was Rafael Assunção, I was like happy to fight him because I wasn't defeated by the time. I thought that nobody could beat me, and then I grew a lot with the fight. I grew professionally a lot. And I had the opportunity to fight one of those best fights in my division, my first fight in UFC, and I think it was like a big thing for me. So I grew a lot with the experience.
Is there an opponent you'd like to fight next? Maybe someone like a Brian Bowles or a veteran in the division?
No, I'm not gonna call nobody out, but I'm gonna fight anyone UFC is gonna give to me. I'm here just to prove that I can be the best fighter in that division.
How important do you think it is being in the UFC now to get regular fights? Before you signed with RFA, I mean, by the time you had 2 or 3 fights in Jungle Fight, people identified you as very talented, but you went months and months between fighting, had some injury issues. How important is it just to be healthy, being training in a place like LA, and being in the UFC knowing that every 4 months at least you're probably going to get a fight if you're healthy?
That's the dream coming true. I live that dream right now. Actually, I have been fighting every 3 months. I fought in January RFA, and then 3 weeks I did my debut in UFC, and then after that I fought in 3 months in Brazil, and right now it's not gonna 3 months and something, and that's my dream. That's what I think all day. I think about fight. I eat fight. I go in bed about fight. My wife, she's get pissed off with me all the time because that's the only thing that I do. I watch fights, and when I'm not training, I'm in the house watching fights or training. So that's pretty much what I do every day.
One more. Halifax is a very small city in Canada, but there are a large number of jiu-jitsu schools here. And I think that was one of the reasons why you got such a positive reaction from your finish. Being from Brazil, does it bring something extra that you are able to finish the fight with your jiu-jitsu?
Definitely. I started doing jiu-jitsu when I was a kid in Brazil. I didn't have a lot of opportunity to do, so I was going to school and training jiu-jitsu. So for sure that I think like my jiu-jitsu is, I'm not gonna tell I'm better than nobody else, but I think I have a little bit more experience than somebody else. And to be born in Brazil and starting training jiu-jitsu when I was a kid, today I'm 28 years old, but I have been training jiu-jitsu since I was 13 years old. So, and jiu-jitsu is something you're never gonna stop learning. Always you're gonna learn something else. And I'm happy to, to be a Brazilian, to live in the United States, and right now to fight right here in Canada.